Easter morning. Kind of chilly out. So I figured I'd do a video of the almost finished version of this truck. So, the flatbed's gone, dump body's on. Give you a quick story on how I did it and what I did to it. It's an easy dump. It's an older one. And when I got it for a good price. And I got it for a good price mostly because it was missing a gate, which I had to make. It also had some rot in it. You can see a patch right there. And that's a new runner that's welded and bolted on. And a floor that I welded in. The floor wasn't gone, but it was a little punky in spots. I also had some patching back there, but it worked. In other words, it went up and down, and the sides were straight and square, and the price was right under $1,000, so I couldn't complain. So first thing I did obviously was pull the other body off, remove the U-bolts. That body was really heavy, and trying to get this one squared up. It tips back a little bit, not much. Maybe it's a ½ inch over 8 feet, so this kind of helps the water drain out. Doesn't really affect anything, but there is a dog leg in the frame, and there's some challenges you run into because this truck's got what they call a vocational 34-inch frame. It's made to fit any body you can imagine: ambulance, dump truck, wrecker, you name it. And they still do it like that today. It's like a pallet size. It's just industry standard. Now these are made for pickups, so that frame is 29 inches. So I had to get creative with some crossbars that I made up front. And it's all welded and bolted with grade 8 stuff, and it's got new number 4 weld wire. You can kind of see down there, and works real well. The sides are oak, 5/4 oak. I painted it, just some roll-on Rust-Oleum. I did a few other things. I had to shorten my tank filler neck because that attached to the body before. I had it held with a bungee cord for a while that looked terrible, and I could have easily gotten caught on that inside tire. So that's better. Made brackets for mud flaps. Those are nice and solid, and I actually do have fenders cut. I was gonna go in a couple different directions. Ultimately, I'm just using some 1/8-inch steel. I'm gonna reinforce it so I have like a shelf I can put stuff on too. They're 24 by 48, so it'll come and land somewhere up here, and those tires are exactly 24 inches out. So I gotta do that. When I took the old body off, I lost my trailer hitch, which kind of sucked anyway. I never trusted it. So I had this pintle plate kicking around, and the trailer hitch I got at the dump a long time ago. I kept it, cut it, made it fit, welded it in, reinforced it. That pintle is pretty cool. This came off an old F700, and that's actually rated for 30,000 pounds. It's called a Premier. They're still in business, very expensive, top of the line. I've just pulled my trailer with it, and it does fine. What else? 3/16 diamond plate. Excuse me. I had to put these tabs on. It's funny, these tabs, those are the PTO levers that I cut the ends off of the first dump body I bought, and I'll kind of just show you how it goes. The chain's probably not thick enough, but got some scrap on there. Not the mantises. It's heavy. So those just go through, one on each side. I'm gonna weld some hanger chain because it's a pain. You undo them and you gotta put them somewhere. Mounted my lights. Everything works. So, like I said, just the fenders. And in another video, kind of went out of order. This has been done for a while. A video I did previous, I was kind of nervous. I had this thing. I had to pick up stone for a job, 3/4, just like this. Did a small driveway extension in a little patio area. And stone's heavy, and typically you pay by the ton. Well, this place you pay by the yard. And a yard of 3/4 stone, depending on how wet it is over 3,000 pounds. Well, I told him give me a yard and a half, and he gave me a full 2, and it was wet, and I was right at 7,000. And I've never seen these springs tapped out before, and they just about were touching the helper. And I've never had that happen on this truck. I was nervous. Couldn't open couldn't open the tailgate. Had to shovel load a bunch, and kind of was on a weird angle where I had to dump it. And anyway, it did dump it, and the hoist is plenty strong, but kind of baptism by fire. I welded this whole thing, and I'll never have that much weight in it. I don't often do that, but it did just fine. Truck handled fine. Rode like a Cadillac, of course. But that's it. You might not like it. So far, I do very much. Basically selling the old body, paid for this one, and all the steel I got from the dump or from scrap pickups. Bought the yoke. Actually, my cousin bought me the yoke because he owed me. Bought the weld wire and some hardware. Everything else I had. So it's making money, and it's convenient. I use it around here a lot too. But I'll post this video first, and then post the scary one of the truck parked right there with a lot of weight in it.